The film had a special screening at the 2012 Cannes Film Festival and has won several awards at film festivals, including the Tokyo International Film Festival.
So what's it about? What did you understand?
It's about British journalist Candida Brady who made a film about trash.
So what do you think about pollution, trash, and the other global situations?
I think it's a great problem for our time, for our population, because now there are a lot of plastic, especially plastic in the ocean, on the earth surface too, and especially it's a problem for poor countries like maybe India or some African countries, and I think that now we don't do enough to improve the situation.
Perfect. So let's see. Can you listen to podcasts about this trash and this movie? Choose true or false and then tell me what's it about.
Okay, I start listening.
3.23 Interview with a film director, part 1.
What were you hoping to do by making the film Trashed?
Well, I think the role of the film for me was to raise awareness on the topic and get it into the press so that people could start having a meaningful conversation about waste, which is not a particularly attractive subject, let's say.
How many countries did you film in?
We ended up actually filming in 11 countries, but the stories that I've chosen are universal, and obviously I spoke to people in communities in more countries than we actually filmed in, but the stories are certainly not isolated. They're repeated around the world, sadly, wherever you kind of want to pick, actually.
How did you persuade Jeremy Irons to get involved in the film?
I had worked with Jeremy some years ago on a different film, and I was generally aware that he doesn't like waste either. He will, wear his jumpers until they're worn out. He'll keep his cars until they're falling apart. He'll repair everything. So he's always seen, the value in reusing things. It's just something natural to him as well. So he just felt like a natural first approach, and so I sent him the treatment, and amazingly he loved it.
How did you get Vangelis to write the soundtrack?
Well, Jeremy and Vangelis have been friends for years, so Jeremy sent him the rough cut of the film, and Vangelis absolutely loved it. He is also a committed environmentalist, so he's always been aware. He was aware because he'd worked with Cousteau, sort of various people. He was aware of issues for the seas and so on. But generally, again, he was very shocked by the film and really wanted to get involved. So,
what research did you do before you started making the film?
I spent about a year talking to communities, talking to experts, obviously reading an awful lot, and just ingesting it all, because obviously, again, it's such an enormous topic to take on.
Okay, first, Candida made the film trash because she wanted people to know more about the problem of waste. So I think it's true.
It's true.
Jeremy Irons is buying new things. I think so. Candida was surprised that he immediately left the film professor. I think true.
Yes.
Vangelis is a good friend of Candida's. It's close.
Mm-hmm.
Vangelis has previous experience of projects related to the environment. True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She didn't need to do much research before making the film because she was already an expert on the subject. It's false.
Yes. So what did you understand from this podcast?
It was, I think it was a new project for Candida, and she needs about 1 year to research of this topic, to research this topic, to know more about the problem, Jeremy Irons is my actor in this film. He's my actor in this film. He was involved in this project because he liked the idea. The composer Vangelis, he's not he wasn't a good friend of Vangelis. He was a good friend of Jeremy Irons. He was involved in this project too, because they made this film in 11 countries, and even more countries was involved in this project.
Nice. So let's see. Can you listen to part 2 and answer all the questions, please?
3.24. Interview with a film director, part 2.
Rubbish isn't very attractive visually. Was that a problem for you as a filmmaker?
Yes and no. Strangely enough, obviously I had a wonderful DOP, director of photography, so he can pretty much make anything look beautiful, I think. But I wanted to choose, as I've said earlier, I did a lot of research, and so sadly these things were repeatable and in every country around the world. So I wanted to choose beautiful places wherever possible that have been ruined, unfortunately, by man-made rubbish. So the ancient port of Saida in Lebanon, the fact that you've got this huge mountain of waste, which was formerly a flat, sandy beach.
What was a sandy beach?
Documentaries about how we're destroying the planet can be very depressing. Was that also a challenge for you?
A huge challenge, yes. I would have preferred to make a much more cheerful documentary than I think Trash is. I think it has got hope. I think because we were very much aware that we wanted to offer solutions at the end of it. But the subject is not a cheerful subject. I could have gone further, I think, with it, but I didn't want to because actually, you could sort of end up feeling like you just want to go and shoot yourself, which is not what I wanted. I wanted to feel that people feel that they can make a difference to this topic.
The amount of rubbish in the world's water.
In film, you focus on air pollution, land pollution, and water pollution. Which do you think is the most worrying?
If I had to pick one, which I would be reluctant to do, it would be water, without a doubt. I think that what has happened to all of the oceans and beaches actually as well in the world in the last 30 years is astonishing in the scale and the speed. There are certain places in the world that you have to dig down on a beach over a foot before you will find sand that doesn't have plastic in it. Unfortunately, what's happened with the way that soft plastic degrades in water is that the pieces become so fragmented that they're the same size as the zooplankton, which obviously is in the food chain.
Which was the bigger problem for Candida? Making the film visually attractive or trying not to make it depressing? I think that the bigger problem was trying not to make it depressing, because a lot of films for this topic, of course, are very depressing, because it's a great problem, yeah, and she needs to attract people for this topic, and I think she needs to give the most important information, but if you want that people watch this film shouldn't be very depressing.
Mm-hmm. And the questions?
Second, what kind of pollution does she think is the most worried? Air, land, or sea? She thinks that the most worrying is water pollution or sea pollution, because it's about ocean pollution, about rivers, and it's a great problem
as well.
The biggest problem.
Especially in the 30 years, it's astonishing situation that massive scale of pollution we have been suffering from. She mentioned, especially plastic degradation.
Yeah,
she mentioned, and fragmentation, of course, zooplanktons, and of course marine life, if I remember correctly, negatively affected by this pollution, she said, because of the food chain.
Yes, it's true, but I think that air pollution is a very big problem too, especially in big cities in some poor country, like India, for example. I saw smoke in New Delhi, and it's awful. I don't know how people live in the city, because they had very bad air and a lot of diseases because of this bad quality of air.
Nice. So second section, section B. Can you fill in these blanks?
Listen again, complete sentence. Okay. Much more, she would have preferred to make it much more cheerful.
Cheerful, yes.
Cheerful. Yeah. No. It's,
not chair, cheerful. C-H-E-E-R.
No. C-E-E-R. Yeah, cheerful. Okay.
Nice. So, part 3 now. Let's listen again.
Okay.
Three point 25. Interview with a film director, part 3.
Who do you think is mostly to blame for the problems we have with waste?
I tried very hard actually not to blame one person or things in the film, actually quite deliberately, because I think in a way it lets us off the hook, and it also I think we all need to work on the problem together, because it's too complicated to blame one person or one thing or one act, or I think it's multifaceted, unfortunately.
As well as using
Your film finishes on an optimistic note, with the example of San Francisco's zero waste policy. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Well, I actually, in the film, ended up using San Francisco as the example, because I wanted to show that zero waste could be achieved on a big scale. When you go and stay in San Francisco in your hotel room, you'll have 4 different bins, and you'll have signs on the wall of what goes into each bin. So it's very, very easy to recycle, and I think that's a huge part of what we should be doing.
Has the film changed your own habits regarding waste?
I don't think the film has particularly.
So wanted
Video.
It's a very complicated problem, and she blames not one person maybe, or we all need to do a lot to solve this problem. Why does San Francisco offer a positive note at the end of the film? She talked about San Francisco waste zero policy, and she thought that it was a positive fact, how to minimize the waste and to improve situation with the waste. She talked about San Francisco hotels in which they had 4 bins for trash, and people need to choose the right bin for different kind of garbage.
Perfect. And the next one?
Has the film changed her own habit? She said that the film hasn't changed her own habits because she had already good habits about waste, and for example, she talked about her bicycle, which she used from her 15, yes, and it's their own bicycle. So she that time she already had known a lot about the problem of waste, and maybe she could know more, but her mindset didn't change a lot.
Perfect. So what does she say about these things in section B?
Yeah, photos of San Francisco I already
Mentioned you already.
said, yeah. Her grandparents, she thought that she lived with her grandparents, and they gave her right habits in using things, in not wasting in the nature.
Second one, grandparents. If you
Yeah,
summarize what we
grandparents.
said.
Yes, I think that they gave her good habits about waste, about using different things.
And the third one, her bicycle.
Yeah, it's about her old bicycle, which she used in a lot of years, and she's an environmentally friendly behavior because using things not just 1 year, for example, it's very good for environment. Now a lot of our gadgets, for example, sometimes people use, for example, mobile phone just 1 year, yes, and after that, we need a lot of resources, a lot of things which, a lot of garbage to make new phone, for example. And if you will change your mobile phone 1 year, each year, yes, it wasn't good for environment.
Perfect. So last part. You remember these sentences, or would you like to listen?
This is some interview, and right? I think I need to listen.
Let's listen.
one more time. We ended up actually doing it in 11 countries. can't recognize number 2, but the stories that I chosen, I will also and
Okay, let's start with the second one if you want. Obviously.
obviously. Yeah. I listen one more time.
If you want, you can listen to it one more time, no worries.
Yeah, yes, now I recognize everything. Okay. Number 5, strangely, I make mistake, yes.
Number 5, strangely, with one L.
1 L.
Yes, only one L.
Okay. No number. And number 6. Number 6, suddenly, yes.
Suddenly, no. Pronounced like suddenly, but this is sadly.
Suddenly.
Yes.
Sadly.
Sad.
Yes.
I'm so sad. Sadly. S-A-D-L-A, yes.
Okay. Yeah, good. It's not for suddenly, yes.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's correct, but I think you wrote it with double L, common mistake. It is one L only.
1 L. Okay. Yeah.
Nice. So I think we passed everything here. Nice. Can you listen to this podcast about these 4 people? What they think about recycling habits, and then their societies they are discussing and comparing. So answer the questions and match the sentences with the speakers. Let's start, please.
Okay.
3.27. In the street. 1. Sally.
How much recycling do people in your country do?
I don't think we do enough. I think we could do a little bit more. I'm not wonderful myself, but we try and do a little bit of recycling.
How responsible are you personally?
Well, we'd probably do about 30% we recycle.
What do you think the government or individuals could do to make people recycle more?
Well, they could give you all these boxes and bins and things at home to help you recycle. The Germans seem to do it quite well.
2. Joe.
How much recycling do people in your country do?
I think people are quite good at recycling. I think now that the waste companies come and collect recycling from the houses, people haven't really got an excuse not to recycle anymore.
How responsible are you personally?
I recycle as much as I can.
What do you think the government or individuals could do to make people recycle more?
Well, maybe they could offer a financial incentive for recycling, or maybe for producing less rubbish that can't be recycled.
3. Jill.
How much recycling do people in your country do?
I think that recycling is getting better in this country. I think we still have a long ways to go. I think it's still done largely in pockets and not necessarily nationwide as much as it could be.
How responsible are you personally?
Actually, in the town where I live, we have a very strong recycling program, and so I participate in filling it up with cans and bottles and newspapers and all kinds of stuff, and they come and get it every other week, so easy too.
What do you think the government or individuals could do to make people recycle more?
Well, incentives always work. Besides above and beyond monetary incentives, just incentives to, promote benefits to the environment.
Jal. How much recycling do people in your country do?
I don't think people in the U.S. recycle enough. I think we should recycle more, and I'm even guilty of not recycling enough, but I don't think we recycle enough.
How responsible are you personally?
Personally, I'm not really that responsible in cycling. I'll be honest, I don't really recycle that often, but if I do get the opportunity to recycle, I will.
What do you think the government or individuals could do to make people recycle more?
Well, I think it's important for individuals to realize that even the smallest difference makes a big difference, and so if everyone can just get in that mindset that the smallest change they can make in their lives makes a big difference, I think that will in fact make a big difference.
People which person think have the most positive attitude about recycling? I think that Joe and Jill, they both are positive about the recycling.
Mm-hmm.
And most negative is Franjo. He thinks that they don't do enough for recycling.
In the United States, recycling not enough. And then he doesn't think that they are going to recycle as well in the future. He said, and then what is more? For example, what Sally said. What is Sally's idea?
About more recycling, yes?
Yeah, generally. What did you hear?
You asked me about what I hear from these people.
Yeah, what Sally said. Can you tell me with your own words? Forget questions.
Sally thought that they have recycling programs, but they need to recycle a bit more, and they need to involve more in this process.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, Joe and Jill, they thought that, for example, Jill said that they have strict recycling rules in this region, and they recycle. What they can, they recycle. Yes, so they don't need to improve something, and they recycle all waste which they can recycle. Yeah. About Angela, I already said she's not positive about the recycling in USA, I think, and he thought that he needs to recycle more waste and to do more to improve the situation.
Perfect. So would you like to add something more about it?
I think no.
Okay. So, can you complete these sentences if you remember? Or not, please listen again.
Okay.
Be careful without plural.
Or the kind, newspapers and all kinds of stuff. Yes.
Stuff, but this is stuff, not worker. This is duty. It means with you, not a.
Yeah. I just think about stuff or stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Long way is not plural, it is singular.
One word?
Long way, singular, not s.
Okay.
Have a long way.
Okay. That's my mistake. Yeah.
Nice. The first one?
Okay. Let's do one more time. Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah. So, second part. How does recycling work in your country?
In my country, I think we don't recycle a lot of waste. We recycle plastic, but not in our region, in our district. We have bins for plastic, for example, and sometimes it's not easy to find very big plastic, for example. I think it's a thing which we need to improve, because if people would have a chance to improve their environmentally friendly behavior, yes, they will do that. So I think that in Russia we need to do a lot to improve our environment.
Okay. How much recycling do you do personally?
I try to recycle plastic, for example, and if I have plastic, I try to use special things for plastic, of course.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think the government, individuals, organizations could do to make people recycle more?
I think that government need to start different programs they need to make recycling bin available for people, and it should be comfortable to people to recycle plastic and other type of waste. And of course, government can give an explanation about why people need to recycle their waste. For example, what university, maybe at work, and if they do that more people would recycle more waste. And about individuals, of course, each person need to recycle all waste which is possible to recycle for them.
Mm-hmm. So companies, shops, big organizations, they do something, in your own opinion?
Yes, I think that shops, for example, shouldn't use so much plastic bags, for example, and so much plastic for packing products, for example, because now sometimes we can buy small thing, and there are a lot of plastic bags, several plastic bags for small things, and I think that we need to use recyclable materials.
Reusable, recycle.
Reusable, recycled materials for all kinds of products and non-products too.
So, are you optimistic or pessimistic about the future of the environment and your country, of course?
I think that I am more optimistic because I think that now people do more than maybe 10 years ago, and now people become more responsible for environment, and I see this. And I hope that this way, these things will be improved, and we will have less waste in the future, and we will recycle more waste than now.
Perfect. So. Okay, last one, while finishing the last part. What do you think about the future of recycling and reusable materials? What can be done? What would be done? Not in your country, worldwide.
I think that the great problem in the world now that whole country don't have enough money to for these environmental initiatives. Yes, they can and they use the cheapest materials, not the most environmental friendly. And in my opinion, I think that rich countries, for example, and different foundations can help them to solve these problems. Because, for example, we can now we have a good situation in Europe with recycling, for example, in Switzerland, yes, but so large countries as India, for example, have a lot of problems, and we all live in the one planet on the Earth, and all countries need to go one way in this topic.
Perfect. So the other parts will be your homework. So before finishing it, do you have questions?
No, thank you. Thank you for this lesson.
Thank you to you too. So take care of yourself. See you in the next lessons. Bye bye for now.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.